Yeah, so my name's Siân John. I'm the Chief Security Strategist at Symantec. So my job's to go out and talk to people in the industry, our customers effectively, the sort of Chief Information Security Officers there, about the industry, the challenges, the threats, what's happening and where Symantec fits into that. So not necessarily product focus. I also act as a sort of press and media spokesperson around topics around cybersecurity, the challenges and where we go, trying to promote more people to get into cybersecurity as a career. For me, obviously, I'm going to be prejudiced because I work in this thing. I think this is a really good career working in cybersecurity because it's not one job. There's so many different ranges of things you can do depending on your interests. So that can go from being a deep technical bits and bytes geek person really focused on how to test systems, how to respond to attacks, even how to attack a system with permission and get paid for it and be legal, right the way up to even thinking about the psychology and sociology and how to raise awareness amongst ordinary people and employees around how to be secure and then even writing policy. So whatever your bent or your interest is, there's something for you in cybersecurity, and it's a really fulfilling career where you can move from one thing to another and have a successful and interesting time. So for me, what I really like about my job is the fact that it is actually about going out and talking to people. Obviously, it's based on the fact that I got here by having had 20 odd years doing the technical side, but nowadays it's actually looking at how the security issues affect businesses, how they can overcome that to be really successful. So it's actually, it's the most exciting time ever in cybersecurity, because now it's about how do we enable a business to be successful, not how do we stop the business. So it's like, if we can do security well, we can get the best out of all the online innovations, the new technology. So it's really exciting just to be going out, talking about that, translating the issues to customers, to senior board members, to the press, just to get people to understand that yes, there are risks out there in being online, but actually if you take the right approach and manageable, you don't need to be scared and run away. In terms of the talents amongst young people, it's really got to be, I think, enthusiasm and curiosity and that ability to do problem solving and understanding. You don't necessarily have to have a technical background. Like I say, there are non-technical approaches, but it's that interest in working out how things work, whether that's working out how people work or working out how technology works. And there's that curiosity to see, what might happen next, how might I work with things, and just an inquiring mind that wants to do different things every day and not come in and have a safe life, that's looking for variety, really. Actually, this is the best time to be in cybersecurity. We've never been more relevant outside of the technology specialism. So until now, security was hidden away in IT, and it was the geeky guys. If you had the IT crowd, these were the people hidden behind the IT crowd that came out of the dark back room. Yeah, it was like the business prevention department or the just say no department, or we don't want to work with them. Now, because of all the fact that everyone is online, that we do business digitally so much, there's news of breaches after breaches after breaches. We've never been more relevant. So now actually going out and instead of talking about how I stop things, it's talking about how we can really actually enable business and enable success. So it's never been a more exciting time to be in it, and that's really, for me, that makes going to work every day an exciting thing to do. Yeah, the industry has changed massively in the last 20 years. Just an example, so Symantec, one of the things we do is we make anti-malware, or antivirus as people often call it, but we get fined if we say that. But we make that, and if you think about in the year 2000, we used to see 5 new bits of malware every day, whereas this year we're seeing about 44 million a month, so that's well over 1 million every day in terms of new threats. And so that just shows you the level of scale and the difference of attack. And that's because sort of like the underground, there's money to be made out of hacking criminals. Obviously a better career if you go into the good side. So people are actually commoditizing and turning business plans into that attacking system. So effectively you have toolkits to create malware now. So it doesn't just have to be just like you used to have to be really good at maths, and then along came Excel to do a lot of the stuff for you. You used to have to really be good at coding to create malware, and now you can buy an attack toolkit with a support contract, 7/24/7 support, 1 free upgrade per year. You don't have to be technical. So it's about the commercialization almost of the underground, and the fact that there is money to be made out of it. There are people out there that have got poor ethics, and So the prevalence, the targeted level of those attacks has gone up as well. So it used to be, and everyone still thinks of malware as being, that annoying pop-up or the sort of the love bugs, the Melissa viruses of the old, where lots of people got infected. So that's the principle of things like antivirus. The first 10 people get infected, the next 10,000 get protected, and that used to be the way it works. Now the average piece of malware infects no more than 20 computers before it changes. So we've had to change the way we do technology. It's why we're not allowed to call it antivirus anymore, because there's so many more things in the security you buy. And that's just showing the difference in the world. It's much more commoditized, much more professionalized in terms of the criminal world, and much more targeted. And it used to be you only really had to worry if you were in a targeted industry or you were a big company. It used to be over half of all the attacks we saw went against big companies, and now it's about a third go at companies less than 250, a third between 250 and 2,500, and a third at the bigger companies. So no one's too small not to be attacked anymore, and that's the real change. It's got more targeted, there's more money to be made, more to get you, but at the same time we rely on technology so much more now than we used to. So actually being secure in doing that is so much more essential to just the operation of society. This is a really exciting, interesting career where you can make a difference, but people don't know enough about it or don't think about it. So actually, to sit down with people and say, here's a chance to have a look at what sort of different things you can do in security, the technical side, the non-technical side, the breadth, and just to show people this is a really interesting career that they could consider. So we need more young people. We've got a desperate shortage of skills. The upside of that is it's a well-paid profession because of that, because we're short of people. And just to get people out there, get them interested, get them thinking about whether they might have a career in cybersecurity is just really essential. We've been very impressed by the talent in the room today. So we have an activity run. It's not a very technical activity, but they've just ran through it really quickly. You really understand really fast at connecting it, and the ideas they're coming up with. We were just talking about how you can actually address cybersecurity challenges, and within 5 minutes these young people are hitting on the solutions to the answers that people who have been in the industry for 20 or 30 years that I've been considering. It took us 20 years to get to some ideas of what might be the right thing to do, and they're just going, oh, why not do that straight away? And it's like being new, being enthusiastic, and having just that fresh view of it. It just shows you how quickly they're picking up and understanding the challenges.